As state lawmakers headed to a month-long summer break, they breathed new life Thursday into an effort to pass a strong net neutrality bill in California. Net neutrality is the principle that all internet traffic should be treated equally, in a clear victory for internet service providers. The Obama-era federal rules protecting net neutrality were recently repealed by President Donald Trump's Federal Communications Commission. Since then, many states have adopted or are trying to adopt their own rules to protect their residents from internet services that may be degraded, slowed down, or changed in other ways. The effort in California, headed by state Sens. Scott Wiener, D. San Francisco, and Kevin De Leon, D. Los Angeles, seemed doomed after an Assembly committee effectively gutted SB 822, Wiener's bill, a couple of weeks ago. De Leon had agreed to pair his bill, SB 460, with Wiener's bill, but Assemblyman Miguel Santiago, D. Los Angeles, objected and introduced amendments to weaken SB 822. Santiago, chairman of the State Assembly Communications and Conveyance Committee, then rushed through a vote on his amendments without hearing testimony first, an unusual move that drew outrage. Although SB 822 passed that committee and another one after that, Wiener said he would withdraw his bill if he couldn't restore the strong net neutrality protections he had intended when he wrote the bill. All that appeared to be behind the lawmakers, who presented a united front Thursday. The legislative process always has twists and turns, Wiener said in a phone interview before he held a press conference with Santiago and others in Sacramento. It's never a completely linear process. All that matters is that we get to the right place. Santiago characterized the net neutrality issue as a way to resist the Trump's administration policies. Now more than ever, we need to be able to tell stories and empower people with information that is accurate, he said at the press conference Thursday. He added that denying freedom of information is a direct attack on our democracy, and it's essential we fight back. Get tech news in your inbox weekday mornings. Sign up for the free Good Morning Silicon Valley newsletter. In response to questions about why there was drama surrounding his amendments to SB 822 in the first place, Santiago, whose actions a couple of weeks ago were called a betrayal to the Democratic Party and drew threats against him and harassment of his wife, insisted it was simply due to the lawmakers running out of time during negotiations. Wiener noted Thursday that he and Santiago came to an agreement the old-fashioned way. We sat down and had a good dialogue. He also credited Assemblyman Ron Bonta, D. Oakland, a co-author of the bill, who he said is close to both him and Santiago, with helping facilitate the conversation. We're doing what Californians have come to expect of us, we're leading, Bonta said at the press conference. Californians, we have your back. SB 822 has been called the most comprehensive of states' rules proposed in response to the FCC repeal of the Obama-era net neutrality rules. SB 822 is one of the most important pieces of legislation to come out of Sacramento this year, advocacy group Demand Progress said in a statement Thursday. Major ISPs have battled state-level net neutrality rules, saying that having separate state regulations is too complicated and could hurt innovation. We support a federal solution. Carolyn McIntyre, president of the California Cable. Wiener's bill, as it stands now, restores these key provisions, requiring adherence to net neutrality at the point of interconnection, banning abusive zero rating, and banning charging of access fees. The amendments will be submitted when the state legislature reconvenes August 6. SB 822 is next scheduled to be heard by the Assembly Appropriations Committee, which must act by mid-August. SB 460, which is being joined with SB 822, will focus on requiring state contracts to adhere to net neutrality protections. The state legislature has until August 31 to vote on the bills. Wiener said he was cautiously optimistic that the bills would pass, but he said the opposition will be intense and well-funded.